Hello. I'm having a really hard time setting up my shot today. I just don't feel like it looks good. This is good. Okay. Hello. How are ya? I'm gonna be really quick on this because I'm losing the light. London has graced us with some sunshine today, and I really want to be quick, but I want to be clear and direct as well. So let's get right to it. If you clicked on the video, you know I'm going to be talking about Hyrum Yarbrough. Yeah. Like Hyrum, I am going to be giving my opinions in this video, but I will be listing some facts to get us started. He is a 25-year-old man that lives in Hawaii, and he makes a killing on YouTube talking about other people and their skincare routines and plugging the products that he's paid to promote to people all over the world. And it works. He makes a lot of money. June of 2020, he pulled close to, I think, how much was it? $265,000 in sponsorship and affiliate links. That was the money that he took in just 1 month. So it works. He makes a lot of money doing what he does, and he's clever. He's essentially a suited up sales guy. He started at Saks Fifth Avenue. He had a sales job there. I think he's even said that this is what got him into the industry for skincare. I suppose they'd probably have some skincare products, but I wouldn't exactly say that it's working in the industry. It's a bit of a stretch. And you'll notice that there is a bit of a lack of transparency in the way that Hyrum does things, because he will mention his affiliate links giving him a percentage of profit, but he will not talk about the sponsorships or the brands that are paying him to promote their product, which is on top of the affiliate links. And I'm not sure why he doesn't mention it. Probably because it would ruin the illusion that these are coming from a place of concern, like these products are actually genuinely something that he loves or uses. They might be in some cases, but for the most part, he is paid. He has a sponsorship with CeraVe, at least last year he did. And so, for example, in Summer McKean's video where he's critiquing her skincare, he mentions that he prefers CeraVe over Cetaphil, and that is something that he was paid to say, and he doesn't disclose that. And I don't like that because the viewer doesn't understand that there's bias. And so I think that creates its own harmful little environment and little ecosystem, because are you giving people product recommendations that you've tried that are good, that you love, or are you, because you're a specialist, or are you giving it to them because specialist is something you use to sell product and you haven't really even tried the skincare that you're plugging, and you just use it to pay the bills? I've done some research. I personally was never a huge fan of Hyrum's videos. He is a 24-year-old man commenting on the appearance of a minor. I do not think that it's okay to be an adult commenting on a minor's appearance, or really even talking about them in any sense of the word. I don't think that that's okay to do, and to critique them and to make them feel bad. I think if you can't say something nice, you probably shouldn't at all, or you need to find a different way to say what you're trying to say, because if you have to be rude to get your point across, or aggressive, or even passive aggressive, there's a better way. It's worth mentioning that Hyrum is signed with United Talent Agency, which is the same talent management company that manages Charlie, and I think Dixie as well. So they're in the same talent agency, but that doesn't take away the fact that commenting on a minor's appearance is weird, especially for profit. It's very weird. He constantly cracks on about how fragrance is terrible for your skin, and terrible to have in products, and terrible for this and that, and then turns around and advertises and pushes those very same products that he critiques other people for using. That just is really annoying, very hypocritical and very dishonest. The product that I'm talking about, and I didn't have to do, this is just one that I randomly pulled from a video. I haven't even sat down and gone through like a list of a dozen or so products. I'm sure if I did and went through all of the ones that Hyrum has marketed before, I would find other products like this one, the Youth to the People cleanser, which he's been promoting since at least 2019. Summertime 2019 has, I'm going to read this now, potassium sorbate, which is a preservative, and it can cause some skin allergies because it is a mild skin and eye irritant. It also has fragrance listed as an ingredient. He plugs a product imported from South Korea called Centella Calming Gel. It has linalool in it, which he has dug at Dove Cameron for using as in she's used products that contain that ingredient. Linalool, to clarify, is a listed ingredient of Centella Calming Gel, and it is fragrance. It is another word for fragrance, composing of lavender and coriander, and that can be a potent skin sensitizer. You will hear Hyrum use the word sensitizer. The sensitizer is defined by OSHA as a chemical that causes a substantial proportion of exposed people or animals to develop an allergic reaction in normal tissue after repeated exposure to the chemical. So it can give you an allergic reaction, and it is fragrance. You know, essential oil use is something that Hyrum also does not agree with, and it's the same thing that he was picking on Kendall Jenner for using. She put lavender essential oil in her DIY face mask, and he got really upset with her about that. And it's, again, hypocritical because he's plugging a product that has that very ingredient in it. I think it's like timestamp 316. It also contains limonene. Limonene is an essential oil, again, that can cause skin sensitivity. And then lastly, once again, that product, Centella Calming Gel, also contains mira resin extract, which, you guessed it, is another essential oil. So like 3 different essential oil products in one. And again, it's a potential skin irritant. Hyrum slams Dub for using a moisturizer containing the limonene and linalool at 11:39 timestamp on the Dove Cameron video. And this is what I don't like about him, because you cannot make these definitive statements and then turn around and just go against everything you are preaching to people. It just looks poorly done. It doesn't look good, and it shows that you don't really maybe know what you're talking about, because you're changing your mind all the time and you're not staying consistent, yet you want to call yourself a specialist. I understand nobody's perfect, but this is kind of a lot, and this is only 1 or 2 products I've found so far. He also cracks on the entire video with Dove Cameron, assuming that she has extremely dry skin based on the products that she's using. And he's told other people, I assume they have this acne for this reason, or this skin condition for this reason. And it's like, dude, you are watching a video of someone on the internet. You haven't even spoken to them. You really don't know what you're talking about. You're just making these vast assumptions to help you further plug the products that you need to promote. Can you tell I'm getting a little upset? Oh yeah. Speaking of DIY, this is something that I personally don't also like. DIY masks. I agree with Hyrum. I think they're a lot of work. My sister had amazing success with DIY ingredients and products at home. She would use manuka honey, egg whites, tomatoes, and her skin was beautiful. It was flawless. It cleared up all this acne that was on her forehead and stuff. It can really help certain people. And in her case, her skin was really sensitive to everything, and it was just better for her to go the all-natural route. He goes after Kendall Jenner, and basically she uses avocado, oatmeal, and lavender essential oil in this face mask that she's mixing up in a bowl and has on her skin. He says that with DIY, this is his claim, that compared to synthetic products made in labs, you won't be able to tell what the DIY mask is doing to your skin. And I'm going to quote him directly. He says, "You don't know the levels as to which your skin will be able to handle what you're putting on your skin and when it won't be able to anymore," which was a mouthful, and I don't really know if that sentence even made sense. He then goes on to throw up air quotes around natural when talking about this face mask that Kendall's using. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be direct here. You don't get much more natural than an avocado from Mother Nature. It just doesn't really make sense. I understand that he wouldn't be a fan of telling people to do that, even if it would help their skin, because it won't pay him. You putting an avocado in a bowl and mixing it up and putting it on your face is not going to pay his bills, but it could really help a lot of people if he encouraged them to do some research. And I found an article from Healthline that I'm going to share that was reviewed by an actual nurse practitioner who specializes in women's health and skincare, and she confirmed that avocados are great for your skin. They're wonderful to use. You can use them. It's a safe thing to do for your skin. Putting an avocado face mask on for 15 minutes actually has a lot of benefits, and it just completely contradicts what Hyrum is saying, and this is coming from someone with a medical background. This is again pointing to, you have to do your own research no matter what. Even if you have someone who claims he's a specialist giving you advice, that doesn't mean that it's correct, and it doesn't mean that it's coming from a place of good intent. You can plug in all of the ingredients on the back of a label of a product and do the same thing that Hyrum does. He also plugs his Love Kinship skincare box in like a March 2nd video he posted, and I really was upset about this skincare box because firstly, one of the products in there is not skincare, it's a water bottle. The other 3 products, one is a sunscreen, and then the other 2 products are like a cleanser and a moisturizer. One is 1.75 fluid ounces, and the other one is over 5 fluid ounces. The bigger product, the cleanser, it's the Papaya Gentle Enzyme Face Cleanser. The 8th ingredient on the 30+ ingredient list, which is also something Hyrum says that he doesn't like, is products with huge ingredient lists. This one had a massive ingredient list. It's the 8th ingredient, and it is cocamidopropyl hydroxysultane. I'm only going to say that once. That ingredient was named Allergen of the Year by the American Contact Dermatitis Society. The Environment Canada Domestic Substance List includes that same ingredient as a suspected environmental toxin. Its risks include contact dermatitis, allergic skin reaction, and environmental toxicity. So it is considered toxic, and it is the 8th ingredient in a product that Hyrum is plugging after being a huge advocate for helping the environment and avoiding these toxic ingredients in products for your skin. What also was kind of disturbing about this was that all of those, you know, that skincare box is claiming to be clean, vegan, environmentally friendly, and I'm not sure where it gets those stamps of approval from. Maybe there is like a certain percentage of toxicity that's allowed in products, but from what I could find, there was no reason for that ingredient to exist in that product. Like, there are other things you can use that are safe. You don't have to use that. Especially in the product in the skincare box that is the biggest and is like the biggest amount of product. Everything else is like 3.5 tablespoons of product, but this one's actually kind of substantial, and it ends up being the product that has the toxic ingredient in it. But to top it off, it's $59, which is a lot for how small these products are. They're really small. Yeah, it's a real shame. I don't understand. So we're starting to see that there is a discrepancy in his methodology and what he tells his viewers and then what he ends up doing himself. He is being honest about his affiliate links, but he's not being honest about brands that are sponsoring him, brands that are paying him to plug their product, to show their product in a video. You know, how much money they're going to give him for a certain plug sponsorship. And this is irritating because every other YouTuber, every other person, when they have a sponsorship, has to clarify they're being sponsored, but for some reason Hyrum avoids this, and I don't understand. When he says favorite product, we don't know if it's an actual favorite product or if that means product I'm paid to promote, and it's not right to not disclose that. We have to remember when we give random people on the internet a platform that it's not always what it seems to be, and that while we can love those people and be fans of them, we should also take a step back and question a little bit what they're doing and keep a bit more of an open mind. I think that's really important to do. It feels like there's a little bit of sexism going on because he really digs into these women, really seems to take some kind of joy in tearing women down specifically when it comes to their skincare routines, which is a bit of a shame. I don't think that that's necessary at all. I'll throw up an example of the thumbnails for like 4 videos, and you'll see the one with the male in it is the one with the least aggressive thumbnail, and then everybody that's a woman is, you know, perpetrated with a really bad thumbnail. He digs into Dove Cameron's skincare routine, and it's annoying because her skin is flawless. She clearly has passion for skincare because her routine is very, very specific and detailed, and her products are a little bit more, like Hyrum says, luxury, but that's probably because she just enjoys using a luxury product. He kind of takes away all the joy from skincare and just takes a fat dump on everybody that is doing a skincare routine that they love. He also mentions that drinking water does not help with acne, which is false. Yes, it will not necessarily cure your acne, and no, it will not help every form of acne for every person, but drinking water absolutely helps your skin. It helps your organs, helps your body. Please don't do that. Drink water. He also decided to say that eye cream is not part of skincare in that video with Dove as well, which was confusing to me because last I checked, eye cream is part of skincare. I don't know, he just decided it wasn't. Also, the lack of empathy towards those struggling with serious skin conditions such as hormonal cystic acne and who are on Accutane is abhorrent. It's obvious he has never really struggled with any severe type of skin issue by the lack of empathy that he displays, particularly towards Summer McKean. He was very cruel, and he made some comments at the beginning that had nothing to do with skincare, where the video she's showing is from a Vlogmas video that she made, and he makes the comment that he's like, I don't like vlogs, I'm gonna sit this one through, you know, I'm gonna sit through it for you guys though. And it's like, okay, I don't know why we keep tearing people down for no reason. Like, just cut that out. Like, it's not necessary to leave that in there. It's just degrading. Let's like stop, you know? Like, you may not like vlogs, but that doesn't mean that other people don't, and you don't have to like tear her down for making a vlog. It's just rude. Like, she was trying to help people by showing her skin when it's at its worst. And I know that that video, for example, really helped me because I was going through really severe acne, and that made a huge difference to see someone who's also struggling. And I really dare Hyrum to come on camera and do the same thing that like someone like Summer did, where she is showing her skin, probably the worst it will ever be, to millions of individuals, and being very brave about it when it's a very vulnerable thing. At the end of the day, she's also a young girl. She's only like 19, 20 years old, and he is making comments about her appearance on the internet as a almost 25-year-old man. So it's just, and for profit as well. So it's kind of gross. He also picks apart Antonio Garza and makes comments about their appearance, their skin, saying this is the reason this person has acne, and I've noticed 2 problems with their skin. And it's like, he literally said 2 different problems I'm seeing with her face. Why are you saying that? Like, you're being so mean, and then turns around and is like, I'm not being mean. And it's like, no, you are. That's mean. That's mean. There's no problems with her face. There's no problems. It's just really, He also claims it's not possible for your pores to shrink, and I'll agree that I don't know of a product that causes your pores to shrink down topically, but if you are on Accutane, it will cause your pores to shrink, and they will go back to original size after you're done with treatment. So that's false. That's false. He doesn't know what he's talking about there. I promise your pores will shrink while you're on Accutane. He also just throws in a joke. He's plugging the Drunk Elephant tanning drops, and he claims that if Antonio uses those, that they won't have to use a foundation that is 12 shades too dark, only a foundation that is 6 shades too dark. And I just found this to be kind of an odd and dumb comment to make. Don't know why he felt the need to say that. And again, I'm going back to Charlie now, but anybody that feels the need to comment, especially publicly, on a minor's appearance needs to be questioned. Like, what's your intention behind that? And especially if you're making money, what is really your intention behind that? It's just kind of weird and wrong. And again, I don't understand why he can't reach out beforehand to the people he wants to make a video about and talk to them first before he makes the video. I don't understand why it can't be more of a collaborative effort, because that would show that you're really trying to help that person and give them advice. And if they don't want it, that's fine. I just don't understand the intention. Lastly, do your own research. Nothing that Hyrum says is groundbreaking or totally out of this world, because he isn't any kind of medical professional. You can Google the same things that he is Googling, and you can do that same thing while bypassing the degrading attitude towards other people. Lastly, I want to say this, but having acne does not make you less of a person. Having a skin imperfection, wrinkles, blemishes, a birthmark, whatever might be the case in terms of your face or the skin on your face, it doesn't make you ugly. It doesn't make you less than. Skincare is supposed to be fun. He's removing any fun from skincare at all, because he's ripping people down for the things that they enjoy doing. It's fun, but it's also not mandatory. Don't let this 25-year-old man bully you into feeling like you need to spend hundreds of dollars on products to try to fix yourself. A few creams here and there aren't going to change your genetics, which will play a huge part in how you age and how your skin turns out the older that you get. Sure, they may help, and I think it's really important to protect your skin, but I also think it's really important to love your skin and to not be ashamed of it. And I don't know how much of what Hyrum's doing is starting to turn into shaming. It feels like a lot of it is just shame. You don't have to fix anything about yourself, and you don't have to fix anything about the things you like doing and love doing. You don't, I promise. Moreover, if you have to be harsh to get your point across to viewers or to anyone, you may need to rethink what you're saying, because there is a kind way to say what you need to and get your point across without bringing people down and being rude and being a bully and not being transparent to top it all off. I think it's really important to try to make the best efforts we can towards the environment and to continue to do that. But if you end up using the occasional makeup wipe or product with fragrance, you are not a bad person. It's okay. I love you, and I'm sorry if you've ever felt personally victimized by this man. I managed to get that in 29 minutes. 29 minutes! Okay, my camera cuts off at 30, so thank you guys. There's a couple of new people here. Some more people have subscribed, and I just want to say thank you. I really love everybody so much for taking the time to sit down and watch me ramble. It means the world, and your comments make my day. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. So, yeah. Bye!